what a sales pipeline is and how to build a strong sales pipeline coming up. So what is a sales pipeline and how does that help grow your revenue over time as a salesperson? Let's take a look at it and let's break it down. I've put a drawing here to help you kind of visualize this, but essentially a sales pipeline, you hear about that all the time in sales. But how does that look? It basically looks like this over the course of time. And so what I'm gonna do is walk you through this, how this works, and how you can build a strong sales pipeline so that you can be the most effective salesperson that you can be. So let's take a look at it. So with the sales pipeline, I've demonstrated this over a 6-month period here. So I've broken this out into different months in the pipeline, as you can see there. And then the purple here, that would be the lead flow that you have and the sales that you get out of that. And so the way that a sales pipeline works is you have lead flow that comes in and you work those leads in the first month. But generally you don't get a lot of sales right away with any type of new lead source. So you don't see as much sales come out. So your closing ratio or your opening ratio on those leads really doesn't look very good. And one problem is with a lot of salespeople and sales organizations is they open up a new lead source and they don't see the sales right away and they start looking at their opening ratio and thinking that's very low and they turn it off. And so that's the last thing you want to do. You want to allow the pipeline to build so that you can see what kind of results you're actually going to get. So as you see here, over the course of time, the pipeline starts to fill. So after 2 months, you're still working the leads you received in month 1, but you also have new leads that are coming in month 2, and so the pipeline's getting a little bit more full. And as a result, you're starting to see more sales come out, and your opening ratio is getting a little bit higher. Now, as you fast forward through the pipeline over the course of many months, you start to see the pipeline really get to where it's full. And I've demonstrated that over a 6-month period here. I think that's probably pretty common for most all lead sources. Unless you have a really long sales cycle, your pipeline may extend a little bit longer. But generally speaking, over a 6-month period, your pipeline fills up. And then by the time you get to the end here, it sort of flattens out because it's full at that point and your results are consistent. So let's take a look at it. So I've demonstrated here that each month, your sales are getting a little bit bigger. And the bucket of sales that you have down here is getting larger. And so after 6 months, you're getting quite a bit of sales on a monthly basis because you're getting sales that are new sales coming in, of course, in the 6th month, but you're also getting some sales from leads that came in the month before, and you're getting some sales from the leads that came in the month before that, all the way back to the beginning, because people aren't ready to sign up right away all the time, right? Some are ready in a day or two, some are ready in 2 weeks, some are ready in 6 months. And that's why it's so important to work your entire sales pipeline, not just your new leads. When you work just your new leads, your sales always look like this. And it never gets better than that. But if you work your entire pipeline, the new leads that you received and the leads you received 6 months ago, you're gonna have sales that look more like this, with an opening ratio that looks more like that, which is gonna be pretty powerful. And then this is gonna stay consistent until the end of time if you consistently work those leads and consistently get new leads. So let's talk about some tips on this. So I've bulleted those over here. Number 1 is lead flow. You need to have lead flow. You need to have leads coming into the pipeline at all times consistently. If you don't, you're gonna have to where your pipe dries up in certain areas, and that's gonna affect your sales and your results. And so you want a consistent lead flow. Every month you're getting consistent lead flow from a particular source, month over month, so that the pipeline stays consistent. Number 2 here, you want to have consistent effort and discipline. One thing that happens with salespeople a lot is they have a really good month and they close a lot of deals. They have a month that looks sort of like that and they're excited about it, and they let their feet off the gas a little bit. And what happens is those sales start to fall because the pipeline starts to dry up in areas. And so you don't see the results that you had previously because you let your effort and your discipline kind of lag a little bit. So you want to stay consistent there. Number 3 is you need a defined process for how you work your leads, and you need to be consistent to that. What do you say on the first call? How often do you follow up? What's the cadence there? What kind of email communications are you sending? And you need to have that documented so that you have a consistent process that you can consistently follow so that you can see the results consistently that you're looking for. And also, this is for scalability. If you bring on another salesperson or a sales partner, or you grow your sales organization, you're gonna want your entire sales team to have a similar looking pipeline, so they need to be following the same process. Number 4, you wanna work the entire pipeline. like I had previously talked about here. You can't just work the new leads, you have to work all of the leads all the way through. If you work the entire pipeline, it's gonna stay consistent. And then the last tip here is just don't give up too early. And I touched on that in the very beginning. If you have a new lead source, don't start judging it right away. Be consistent to it, work on it, give it a good 6 months of effort, and then see what the results are. At the end of the 6 months, you'll understand what your actual opening ratio is on those leads that you can project forward, and you'll know the amount of sales that you consistently get on a monthly basis that you can project forward. But you don't want to start projecting forward based on results that you're seeing over here, or it's going to be skewed and you're going to want to stop. And so this same strategy, the sales pipeline, also works for marketing. You could literally, you could instead of calling this a sales pipeline, you could call this the marketing pipeline. Because generally, whenever you start marketing, whether you're doing online advertising or offline advertising, you're gonna not really see the greatest results in the world in month 1, right? But if you stay consistent with it and just keep chipping away at it and optimizing it, after 6 months, you're probably seeing some pretty good results there. So take this strategy back to the fort, talk about it with your sales team, see if you can build a strong sales pipeline so that you can grow your business. If you have any additional tips that I missed here, leave it in the comments. If you like the video, like it, share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. Happy marketing.